Hi, good evening everyone. So as promised, this evening I'm going to share with all of you about life skills and how can we help our children to overcome their future problem or their current problem no matter at what age. So as a mother, I'm still learning myself, and with the help of all my 100 children here in Kidana, I'm learning through them too. So as a fourth year as a kindergarten owner, teacher, so I started to realize this about our children nowadays. They have lack of survival skills. So since then we've come up with this pyramid. So to new parents who are sending their children to Kidana, I will definitely explain them why we are not academic based, why this is more important. Because we would like our children here in Kidana to have the value of life, which they will bring it on later and use it later, even after kindergarten. We want them to use all the value that they learn here throughout their life, until they are old, until they die, because life values are very important, which we instill in young children, because it will turn into a habit and eventually it will turn into their own personality and their own behavior. Okay, so let's start from the surviving skills that our children need to learn, starting from birth. Sejak lahir, what are the crucial things that they need to learn, and what are the common things that we parents thought that it's nothing, but they need to learn. Okay, as a mother, I realized that there are so many things that I didn't let my first son learn by himself. Okay, I let them I macam biasalah, I spoon feed my son all the knowledge, all the konon life experience. I spoon feed. And now end of last year, especially last year, I struggled quite a bit with my own son. I feel like I'm such a failure as a mom, because I can't even handle my own son tantrum. I can't even handle his when he start to rebel as a toddler, because he is turning 4 this year. So that is quite normal, but that's why last year I didn't share much, because me myself as a mother, I feel like I'm such a bad mom. So what did I do wrong? So I learned through my experience, and I learned through so many other people's experience, and this is what I realized lah. So they are lack of a life survival skill. Okay, from birth, when they cry, we tend to, we as parents, kalau boleh, we don't want our children to cry kan, even for few seconds. But when I was working as a nurse, I have so many parents who came by the hospital with the reason of, doctor, my child keep crying during night time. So this is one thing that I didn't really understand back then, but now I totally understand. The doctor only said one thing: that's the habit you put into your child. That's the habit you put into your child. And then I asked the doctor, what habit? Macam, it's baby kot, newborn. Macam they cry because maybe they are in pain, maybe they are something. Okay lah, the hospital do so many screening and the baby is normal, sihat walafiat. So doctor said, it's you parents, you have put this habit of crying into your child, because parents, we are used to spoon feed every single thing of their needs without let them wait. So one tips that the doctor shared: when your child start to cry, let the baby cry first, because some baby, they are genius, kecil-kecil dah genius. Diorang will cry, dapat apa pun cry. But bila parents start to ignore, to let them cry, diorang pun pandai tau. Diorang will think that no, no use of me crying. My parents is not going to do anything. So they will stop crying. So this is one of the method yang kita parents memang tak sampai hati untuk buat. So I understand. Memang dari when my son was a baby pun, I will prepare the milk before he cry. I will make sure everything is there. So tak sempat lagi dah pop sumbat. It's actually we are starting to give this habit to our newborn to have the needs before asking. So siapa anak dia yang tak dapat, yang they don't know how to express, they don't know how to tell you that something is wrong, they just cry. Such as they lost something, maybe their favorite toy, they couldn't find it, but they cry, they just but they couldn't tell you, I want my car, where is my car? So my son is having that problem now. So my turning 4 years old son, he eventually will hold something, his car, sometimes he changed to his tractor, sometimes his Iron Man. So every time he loses it, he will cry, and then I will just have to, it's my fault because I've been training him since baby, newborn. Before, I will give everything before he asks. So it's my fault anyway, so I have to endure it now. So I will just go to him and take his eyes, tell me what do you need so that I can understand. And then he said, I want my car. Okay, let's look for it. Go look for it. By crying, you wouldn't solve anything. So that's one thing, cry. Since birth, let them cry, because baby tak reti cakap. So as they grow older, they will learn how to tell you what they need. I want my car ke, I want milk. So as early as baby, let them cry a little bit, and as they grow older and older, like 6 months, 7 months, children, they are supposed to come up with at least one word before 1 years old or 1.5 word, 1.5 years old. So at least one word, milk, milk, milk. So starting from newborn, when they cry, you can teach them, Mommy, I want milk. Mommy, I want milk. Believe it or not, when they are 6 months old or 7 or 8, they will start to say milk, not just cry. Okay, because they've been hearing that for the last 8 months since born. Mommy, I want milk. So they will learn lah. Okay, baru first point. Second point, roll over and movement. So nowadays children, their movement are very what should I say? Very limited, because they are always on the what you call that, walker. They are always strapped on their that thing yang you put your baby in that thing and then that thing goyang-goyang tu. Yeah, they are very lack of movement. So when they are very lack of movement, this is also a very crucial time, a surviving skill that they need to learn, because when they move, they learn how to, later on they will know how to go up by the chair by themselves. They will learn how to climb the stairs. Okay, we parents, we just have to remind them, be careful, hold on tight. Be careful, hold on tight. You don't tell your child to get on, that's dangerous, get on, later you fall, hey, fall. This is a very common word I hear in playground lah by all mummies. So what's the reason of you bringing your child to the playground if you just want them to sit properly? Playground are meant to be climbed. They need to explore, sit. At the age between when they start to roll over, can sometimes baby, when they roll over, they tend to get stuck. Their hand gets stuck. Let them survive by themselves. Let them learn how to get out from the sofa, get out from whichever lah. Stop doing everything for your child. They need to learn. because you are not always there for them later on in life pun. So these are the crucial things. Next one is requesting needs. That's one I already told you before, like milk, looking for toys, I want to eat. So these words you can teach them. Mommy, can I have some milk? Okay, if your child is having a speech delay, teach them one word dulu. One word saja. Milk, biscuit, eat. Okay, because speech delay child, they cannot handle too many words at one go. So we go one word, and then if you notice your child can speak more than one word, go for 2 words, and then 3, 4, and then they can create their own ayat. Okay. This one is the biggest point that I've realized I've skipped for my son. Okay, boredom, kebosanan. So since Ashta was born, his life was always full of activity lah, something. We will always try to give our child something every time, like, okay, nothing to do, okay, you watch handphone, you watch TV, in the car they watch handphone, while waiting for doctor they watch something. They are always occupied. They don't know how to survive during the boredness time, the boredom. They don't know how to handle it. That's why some children, when they don't know what to do, they are not used to be bored, they will throw tantrum that time. So teach your child to feel bored. Sometimes after realizing this, I take away the handphone from my child. So in the car, strictly no handphone. This is the first rule I told him, that no handphone in the car. So after a while, he cried gila-gila at the first few months. He cried so badly until I had to stop, I had to calm him down, and sometimes I have to calm myself down. So after a while, he learned to look out the window. So this is a very good time for them to learn actually. When we drive, they sit in their car seat, they look out the window, they can see trees, they can see so many cars. So one of the way for us to entertain them, can you spot a red car? Can you spot a white car? Who spot something white? I see something white. So they will learn how to handle themselves in boredom. Okay, I still remember myself going back to kampung. Memang tak ada apa-apa, boring, gila-gila boring. But that time, we created something. We created a boat from a paper. We play stones. We play, apa yang lompat-lompat tikus tu semua. So, we create our own imagination, our own game. Jadi Power Rangers lah apa semua. So, this is a very crucial survival skills, which when they grow old, when they go to college, they are far away from us, from family, they will somehow go through this. That's why they need to learn since young. Because if you let them learn later on when they are older, they will have depression because they are not used to all this. They have no survival skill, this life survival skill in them. So, kerebuk masa college, duduk sorang-sorang, they need to learn 100% everything by themselves. Yes, that is when depression strikes. That's why nowadays, so many college students drop everything they do, depression. Okay. Habit. Okay, just now cry, roll over, request needs, boredom. And now habit. Habit ni so many things lah. Habit in eating. Okay, there's no such thing as, oh, my baby dari lahir tak makan nasi. No, tak ada. If your baby like that, since you are pregnant, you makan nasi, you would vomit because your baby reject. Kalau macam tu, okay lah, make sense juga. No, tak. when they are in our tummy, they don't complain at all. So even though you think that your baby doesn't eat that certain food, especially vegetable, teach them to eat at least 2 spoon, 3 spoon, half spoon. Okay, next day 2 spoon, next day 3, 4, 5 spoon. Lama-lama this one will blend into their tongue. They will get used to vegetable taste. So there's no such thing as my child don't eat vegetables since baby. No, it's the habit that we put in them since baby, just because we don't eat veggie. Okay, and then play and clean up. This one is also habit lah. So I used to just let my son, because I know he's a right brain, so he likes to do messy things. Okay lah, and I always clean up his mess. Until now, I realize no more. I'm not going to clean up your mess, because he's already turning 4, and he already know how to talk, and he always tell me and my husband, "You clean up for me. You clean up for me, please." Sometimes sweet, sometimes very demanding, bossy way. So, oh no, this is not going to be your behavior. So you clean up. So we have to spend at least 30 minutes to ask him to clean up a bucket of cars. 30 minutes. We have to do it now or never. If you start later, lagi lambat lah they will get this surviving skill. Now it's just about cleaning up toys. Okay, when they are bigger, it's about cleaning up their own mess. When they do something wrong, when they do some mistake, are they just going to dump it to someone else's head, parents, and just walk away, or they are going to take responsibility towards their own mistake and mess? So this is what we create since their young age. After habit is listening skills, eye contact. So listening skills is very important. Is one of the reason why the post earlier that I shared about telling homework, this is under listening skills, which we need to develop in our children. We parents cannot be doing everything for them forever. Homework pun parents nak kena tanya, kan? So this is very critical dah sebenarnya. So I still remember back then when I was in primary school, my brother, he was standard 1 or 2. He didn't know what to do for the homework. So my parents asked him to call his friends and find out himself. They call because my mother, she has the number of the friends, the mother's contact number. So my 7 or 8 years old brother, he had to call all the friends and ask which homework, which book, what page. So that experience already taught him that I should listen when teacher told me about the homework, so that later on tonight I don't need to call everyone and sleep late. Okay, this is the kind of experience we need them to go through. If us parents call teacher lah, apalah semua tu, we are the one who doing the job for them, what will they learn? They say, okay, it's okay. I don't need to know the homework. Mommy will call the teacher again tonight. Okay, so listening skill dah. Accepting fact. Accepting fact ni is at the level 4 to 6 years old. As early as you send your children to school, they can learn about accepting fact and how to move on. Okay, easy example. Mommy needs to work, daddy needs to work. Daytime, you have to go to school, you have to play with teacher, you have to play with your friend. Those are the facts that our children need to accept and move on. How to move on? They can move on by doing the activity. Some children, it takes them few days, few weeks, and even few months. Because yang few months tu, because they are not used to accepting life fact lah. Because they always get their way. Okay, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to go to school. I want to stay home, I want to stay home. So, Mummy, okay, today stay home, Mummy ponteng kerja. So, by doing that, they know that if they cry, Mummy will send them to school, Mummy will ponteng kerja and stay home with them. That is what they want. Okay, so if you want to do that, if you don't want your children to accept the fact that you need to work, they need to go to school, do that. And toy, toy. Go if you go out and your child wants something, they cannot accept the fact that you cannot be buying toys all the time. So this is my personal advice. If you want to buy something for your child, don't buy in front of them. Give them at home, or don't teach the concept of choosing whatever they want. Go to the counter and they get what they want there and there. Because if you're not strong enough to reject the next time, so don't start this habit. Don't start this practice. Okay? From young age, teach them, bye bye toys, see you later. This is not your toy. This is the auntie's toy. That is what I teach. What I taught my son lah. So I never have this problem of my son crying at the supermarket wanting something, because I already teach him since baby. Bye bye toys. So whenever we buy something, we don't really, okay, you can get whatever you want and let's go pay. No, I don't teach that, because I know I'm not strong enough to reject when the time comes when he's crying when he's crying wanting the toy. So I don't start lah. Tak cukup duit pun. Okay, next one is questioning. Okay, questioning is more to 5 years old ke atas lah. I see that my children here in Kidana, they have the skill of questioning at the age of 5. Mana 4 tu means very good communication skill. So 5 tu, we already practice them to ask question, what they want to know, what they are curious about that topic. Okay, so from there, later on they can ask teacher, what homework should I do again tonight? Teacher, what did we learn yesterday? And never stop our children from asking. I know some children at one age, they will have this time of, they always ask, why this, why that, why. Layan lah selagi boleh. Okay, after questioning, they will also need to develop answering skill. We can practice this since they are at a very young age. For a practice, whenever they finish school, ask them, how was your day? If you just start to do this, they will not know how to answer, because this is very something new, kan? So you help them to answer. Say, Mommy, today was fun. Okay, that one what Ashta been telling me every day lah. Today was fun. Tu je I dapat. Because he is just 3 something and not even 4. But lately this year 2020, he added on something. When I asked, how was your day today? It was fun. I solat today. Solat? Wow, that's nice. Did your friend solat too? Yes. So we developed that. Okay, because they need to know this skill. Why? This skill will protect them when they are bigger. Okay, sometimes there are some situations that we blindly pinpoint our child that it is their fault, but it's actually not. Some children, they do not know how to tell that it is not my fault, and they do not know how to express and share about what exactly happened, because they don't have this answering skill in their life. Okay, so all this skill, cry, roll over, movement, request, needs, boredom, habit, listening skill, accepting fact, questioning, answering. There's much more lah. This one is one of the few that I can list down. These 10 skills will become their personality, become their behavior, become their own self-behavior, and this one will help them to survive in life. So if we want to be the perfect parents, let's be the kind of perfect parents who allow them to explore all these skills to learn by themselves, not just spoon feeding. So from the post that I shared earlier, those parents who been asking teacher what homework semua ni, maybe they are the kind of personality they are so used to being spoon feeding. Okay, this is a very, very bad habit, bad practice that we need to stop lah. So let's be the other kind of perfect parents. Okay, bye.